Hi babies, how are you? Hi, this is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. It is also timeless, so whenever you find it, it is the right time. The song that I got on shuffle is Unforgettable by French Montana and Swaley. And so what I was getting is like, obviously, you're unforgettable. And so I asked, what makes you unforgettable? Let me reshuffle this. So we got the bounty hunter. I will learn from failure and become stronger. I'm seeing that as like your ability to stand out, and you know, you have no problem like taking shots on people, like and even by yourself, you know, because this person is by themselves. You have no problem taking shots and like sticking out and putting yourself out there. You're like, I have a job to do, I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to stand by my code. And she does have like a scar on her face, so you know, you've been through some shit, but you still like, you've been popped, you know, you've been taken out, or you know, whatever, and you still do this, you still speak, you still bring it out, you still have no problem. You'd be like, you want to come up against me, that's fine, it's happened before, I've survived it, I know that this is my code and I need to live by it. I feel it's necessary to speak out and advocate. Because we have the Advocate of Portals, which is the Advocate of Cups, Queen of Cups. I need to advocate. And we have the Sheriff. I will stand up for what's right. And that's you just sticking to your code, your willingness to be like, yeah, I might be hated because I catch you doing stuff that ain't right, but I have no problem being the villain in your story. I don't care. I know who I am and I know my purpose and I'm sticking to it. I stand up for what's right. I don't care, you know, I don't do it just to get likes. I don't do it just to have people be nice to me. 12, extraction. Yeah, you have the ability to see things from a different perspective. And you know, like, who your people are with the henchmen here. Like, you have no problem like being physically alone, like you don't have any friends or whatever. Like, say you don't live in fear of that because you're living to your code, and that code is, you know, your ancestors, you know, what your spirit team asks of you. So you're fine. I will collaborate with others to achieve amazing things. The Anunnaki, which is the sun in this deck, you know, you can see right through things. There's no like illusion with you. You know who your people are, and you have no problem, you know, if you say you have a friendship and then you start raising higher in vibration and this person is just choosing not to, you have no problem like being like, yeah, I see it for what it is. It sucks because I don't want to like walk away from this connection, but this isn't serving me anymore. And I know that by walking away, that's going to open a space for the right people. And your willingness not to like cling to people, not care what people think, so you still say, you speak your truth, and that also makes people like realize who the fuck you are, like what you actually stand for. And it brings a new perspective to their lives as well by watching you and observing you. And we have the Seven of Ghosts underneath that. You have these ability, especially with the Advocate of Cups and that Bounty Hunter, to cut through lies. You expose lies, and it may not even be like, I have 717 on my clock. It may not even be that you do this intentionally. It's just by you living your truth and standing for what's right, exposes it automatically. Like, your spirit team just does it for you. Your energy just does it for you. What else on that, Sheriff? We have the 10 of portals. I'm seeing that as like with this bounty hunter and the sheriff. You don't care. You're like, you could even be my kin. You could be my blood, my family, my physical, like, blood family. And I don't care. I'll still stand for what I believe in. I don't, if you're being a straight demon, I'm not going to be on your side. I'm going to stand up for what I believe in and my morals. And you're being a straight up demon. No, you have no problem doing that. And that freaks people out. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse, because then they see who you really are, what you actually stand for. You can't be manipulated into swaying from your path. And if you do, you like take responsibility for it and be like, I shouldn't have done that, like I messed up. And then you go right back on, because there's that guilt and there's that pull towards your path. And we have the Advocate of Knockers, which is the Queen of Wands. I'm seeing that because he's like protecting the Sasquatch in the background, as you stick up for people. Like, see, there's like a person that's like really hated, and it's because they're authentic too, and you can see the truth in them because you expose those lies, and you can see their truth, that, oh, this is a person that's of integrity. And it like freaks people out because, you know, because you are such a strong presence and you are on their side, they're like, wait, hold up. And then especially because that I'm seeing that with the henchman and the Sun, they see the truth of like who you really stand for. And you're like, if I don't talk to you, if I don't, you know, stick up for you, then you know where you stand. I have no problem telling you I ain't into it. This ain't it. You're not my person. You know, I don't mess with you. Oh man. So we have the Pilot. I will seek out inspiration. And we have the 6 of Ghosts, which is the 6 of Swords in reverse, and 17, the Sirius, which is the star card in this deck. I'm seeing that as like, because you're constantly shifting and changing, and you're okay with being seen like, oh, you're not the same person anymore. And you're like, hell yeah, thank you. I'm working really hard on that. And like you accept it. You're like, yeah, that's me. I have full control over my life. No problem. That exposes where people are like stuck in their own lives and not healing, and not following their wish fulfillment, not following their dreams, and they're just choosing to stay in these turbulent waters because you just like, you're so proud of like where you're at, and like you're like, and it's only getting better, baby. I'm still working on this, and I have full control over my life. I take control of myself, my will, all of that. I understand that I'm responsible for my own happiness, and I take control of it. And that just exposes how where people are just stuck in their lives and not doing the work and not doing the healing. It like agitates that within them and makes them feel insecure. With the 6 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it just makes them feel insecure, and like obviously, because if we're not doing the healing, then we're insecure, right? We've all been there. Oh man. And we have the Fool card in reverse and the Thunderbird. So that was the Ghost Stalker, and the Thunderbird, which is the Justice card, both in reverse. And you easily expose like how people are been on foolish behavior and unjust behavior just by being yourself and not being phased and like basically dodging any of this, because you stick to your code and you know who your people are. You don't let any of that sway. So say if somebody tries to start like do that triangulation thing between, you know, the person that you have their back and you advocate for and them, you know, like they try to triangulate with that and like start some shit in between, you don't fall for it, because you'll go directly to that person and be like, hey, they said this, I'm pretty sure it's a lie, you have no problem standing to your code and saying it with your chest. And that freaks people out and makes them, and essentially puts them in a, feel like a dumbass, because they're used to people that don't do this. They're used to people that are weak and, you know, scared to stand on business. And that just makes them feel like a dumbass and be like, well, that backfired. Now the scales are even worse for me, because now my karmic debt is even worse because I played a game with the wrong people. All right, babies, you know, I'm just gonna end it there. Y'all are wonderful. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. You are amazing, cutie hotties. I have a crush on every single one of you. Like, hey, I love you. Bye.